Us.
Ich war kein Thief, football class, we're here to light the fire. Spin facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And as you can see, we have a special guest today with us. But before we go ahead and get to the special guest, I'll introduce the guys that no one really cares about. So we got Mr. B. Jones above me here. So say what's up, B. Jones.
What's up, B. Jones?
All right. You're going to be doing that today. All right, cool. And then we got Mr. Raul Flores underneath me. How's it going, Raul?
Right on, fellas. It's going great. How about you guys? How's everyone doing?
It's going well. It's going well. But we have what everyone is coming here to see. We have welcome Dr. Marion Jackson, mother of USC running back Bryan Jackson, who just killed it in the bowl game for us against Texas A&M. How's it going?
It's going well. Hey, y'all.
We really appreciate you joining on today on this Sunday night. So we got some questions here for you, but in chat, if you guys have some good questions, and I mean good questions to ask, put them in there, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get them answered here for you. So, but yeah, so
no trap questions, chat. Don't be trying to get her in trouble with Coach Riley.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, just keep that in mind.
Yes, we don't need any drama. Okay, so
nobody got your questions.
Nah, I'm good with the pivot. So
okay. But we got one major question to start off with. This is probably the one that's gonna sweat her the most here. And Raul, go ahead and ask the first question that everyone has on their mind right now.
So as I was saying, I'm a big food guy. So I've asked it to every parent or everybody that I know it's from Texas or that lives in Texas. What do you prefer, In-N-Out or Whataburger?
Okay, come on.
burger.
Ah.
Come on. What burger? Once you've had it, there's no comparison.
And so you had In-N-Out.
I tried it.
But did you do animal style? Did you do all that stuff? Or did you just have it by itself?
I don't know anything about animal style or whatever.
Okay.
I just had a cheeseburger.
You got so much work to do when you come back there.
You just order a cheeseburger. You don't have to, do the animal or whatever that is. It's just a good old-fashioned burger.
Yeah, see, I see we need to do a whole food tour next time y'all come out here.
So B. Jones will get a whole list of things that you should order from In-N-Out and any other places in Los Angeles. So we need to make next time we have you on, we'll ask you the same question again, and then we'll see we'll see if things change.
Okay, it's probably still going to be Whataburger though, but all right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a wrong answer to that question, and you definitely know it. So.
No. We're kidding. Yeah, Whataburger is fine. It's fine, but you just got you need to try animal style at least on something, and then you'll see the hype behind In-N-Out. So we
okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, Whataburger, it's a Texas thing, so
it is.
Just like I hear In-N-Out is a Cali thing.
But don't you have In-N-Out out there too as well?
We do, but the lines are just not as long as they are in the Whataburger line.
Yeah, because there's a bias though.
That's probably true. Yeah.
All right. See, everyone, like people in the chat already, like Joey Dale's like, no. Like,
I've got to get some Texas people to join in with us next time. And so
all right. Maybe when Well, there's no Whataburger out in California. I was going to say we could do a taste test, a blind taste test to see if you could tell, but
Missing out, y'all missing out.
all right. Now we can get to the lighthearted questions here. All right. So first question I'm going to ask here is, can you tell us about your experience as a parent during the recruiting process as well as the game day experience this past season?
Woo! Recruiting experience was it was rigorous, if I can say that. Brian started being recruited right out of middle school.
Oh, wow.
He got his first offer the summer of his 9th grade year before he entered high school. And so it was nonstop. And so for me as a parent, I just had to make sure that, because what I found out through this process was that everybody had an angle, and I needed to make sure that his 15, 16, 17-year-old brain was really staying, humbled and focused as a 16-year-old can be. But that's where, me and my husband, his dad came in. We were just saying, great opportunities. Let's do our homework. Because one of his coaches in high school, Corey Jordan, was like, we don't need to fall in love with recruiting. Like when you have schools that are constantly coming to your high school in the spring and you're getting 2 or 3 offers every week, it can start to be a little overwhelming. At first it was fun, but then we got to like junior year and it was time to kind of, wind it down or, take those schools that we were really thinking were going to be good for him, and he thought that he would like to play it. It's time to dwindle that thing down. And so, the calls and the mail and the emails and all of that stuff was a pretty rigorous process. But, we made sure that we kept him focused on what was really important. And, we always did our list of pros and cons, and to remind him that he was not going to college to major in football. So let's talk about what you're going to major, what you want to major in as well. And let's see what these colleges have to offer along those lines too. And then we can talk about what football can offer as well. So really just trying to keep him focused on the main thing. But for him, recruiting was amazing.
I love that. You're not majoring in football. That's great.
Right.
I've never heard that actually. You're not majoring in football. That's really good to hear. So
yeah, Mom's an educator. I'm an educator. So I knew that it was going to be real important for him to find a university who valued the academics as well as having a great football program. And so when we approached it from that standpoint, that list got really small really fast.
Yeah, sure. You mentioned Brian's first offer was in 8th grade.
He had just finished his 8th grade year, and we were in the summer
prior to high school. You remember what school was that offered?
Utah.
Really?
Oh wow. Okay, Whittingham was on it early.
Well, so wait, that must have been our old running backs coach then.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yes, relationships are important.
Yeah.
And now he's in the NFL, so now he's an NFL running back coach. So, all right, that's really cool. Actually, it comes up full circle. Actually.
Yes, big time.
So wait, was that another big reason why he's went to USC then? Sorry, this is not part of the questions here, but
no, yes, it was. And he really liked OU, recruited him and offered him as well. And so when we visited OU, we really liked who, Lincoln was the coach there at that time, and just really liked what he had to say, how he built the program, what they were doing there. And so to have both the head coach and his position coach to end up in one place at a school that mom happens to love academically. Like it was easy for me as a mom to know where I wanted him to go, but he had to come to that decision on his own.
It's like the stars aligned at that point.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
All right. So
All right,
with that
BJ.
being said-
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means, when do you think Brian knew that SC was the school for?
Brian drug this thing out. And so for me, it was, driving me crazy. It's just my personality. I'm like, okay, let's make a decision. Let's make a decision. But his dad was like, no, let's not rush him. Let's let him work through this in his mind. And, when he comes to talk to us about it, we'll give him our opinion, but let him work his way through. And so it took him, I think he made his mind, he dwindled it down to like 5 and then 3. And then those 3, he stayed there for a while. And I think it was going into his junior year of high school, starting the season out, and then kind of middle of the season, his junior year is when he said, okay, I think I know where I want to go.
Okay, awesome. Shout out to Big Brian, by the way. Big Brian, we didn't intentionally uninvite you, but so you got to join us some other day, Big Brian. You got to join us here, man, on one of our regular shows. So shout out to Big Brian.
We'd love to.
Man, we love to have him here, man. All parents out there from fellow Trojans, you guys are more than welcome. But yeah, we need to schedule another podcast specifically with him as well. That'd be great.
Right.
And then
his answers are going to be a bit different than mine too. So
Really?
And actually, I have a question. I was going to say, so we've gotten to know a little bit about Brian, watching him throughout the season and in this last bowl game. Can you kind of tell us how was it growing up with him playing football? At what age did he start? And can you kind of walk us through that experience?
Sure. Brian started playing football. Of course, he was one of those kids that was really busy. So we had to find something so that he could, exert that energy or get that energy out. So he started playing like flag football at 4, just out there running around, and, they were attention span like this, and airplane fly by, they're all looking in the sky, they forget that they're in the middle of a game, that kind of thing. But I'll never forget when they gave him the ball and he ran, and the coach was telling him to run a particular way to the end zone, and he just took off running. And he had no idea, why people were yelling and screaming, but he liked it. And I looked up, and my husband had ran all the way down the sideline with him. But after then, he got with this little league team called the Panthers, and it was a group of boys that are still friends to this day. Some of them all of them went to high school together at McKinney High, and it was the formation of, I think, that team that really helped him fall in love with football, because we at the time was just looking for something for him to do to keep him busy. But when he started to play with this team, and then we had a group of men, my husband included, there were their little league coaches that spent time with them outside of football, and just really became a part of their everyday lives, not just football. I think then when he got to maybe 3rd, 4th grade, he really fell in love with it. And he said, Mom, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play in the NFL one day. And we're okay, all right, hold on a minute, but okay. But that's when we saw him middle school, started to, just watch film and YouTube and stop and rewind and play and talk about footwork and, all of these kinds of things. And I told my husband, is this healthy? Like, he's too young. But that's when we really knew that this was something that he loved. And our job was to try to foster that love as much as we knew how. Bryan was not the kind of kid that ever wanted to go out or party or do any of that kind of stuff. He was a video game kid. And so for him, a weekend off was, we got a video game tournament or something going on. And that's how he would spend his weekends. If it wasn't that, it was his friends were coming over. We always had the house where all of the boys would come here, and I welcomed that. As a mom that, wanted to keep their finger on the pulse, which I'm pretty sure they got over on me a few times, but I was okay with them being at our house, the noise, all of that, because I knew where they were. I knew they were going to be safe. And if that took, boys at my house every weekend and no groceries ever in my refrigerator or constantly having to buy water and Gatorade, I was okay with it because I knew that time was limited. And I knew if we wanted to try to keep them safe, it's not so much of what they would do. It's just the world was changing so fast. And as a parent, you want to try to protect your kid as much as you can, but you also want them to experience a little bit of life. So Bryan was that kid we'd have to push out to go do things. We had to make him go to prom, homecoming, that kind of stuff. He wasn't interested in the dances or anything like that. It was all about the game. Like, who has time for a party? But, that's just the kind of kid he was. He played a little basketball too. Mom really liked basketball. I really thought that's the way he was going to go, but he very quickly told us that football was his thing. And so it's been that way ever since. And, I'm just along for the ride.
Well, sound like you made the right decision.
We hope so.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he played point guard?
He played, quick thing. When Bryan was younger, he was taller than any of his friends. So he always played the big man in the middle. It's just like his friends hit a growth spurt and they all grew up and everybody was taller then, but he just kind of hit his growth spurt early. So he always played center or he played forward. So he was the big guy in the middle. Rebounding was his thing.
Hey, well, yeah, I think he definitely made the right decision and to play football.
I was gonna say he's used to getting hit. He's used to putting bodies and boxing out and that. So
great. He lived for it. He loved it. He knew that's the part that he played on the team, and he was all about that.
All right. So really quick here, what advice would you give future parents of recruits?
What advice? That's a good question. Stay involved. Stay involved in the process. When Bryan got to the age where coaches could call him, when they called, it was always, they're going to be on speakerphone. We're going to hear, we're going to listen. You don't have to announce our presence, but we want to hear. So my advice is, stay involved. Ask the questions. Ask the questions that you think are dumb questions. There were a lot of questions that I asked because I just didn't know. He's our only child, so it's not like we've gone through that process before. Stay involved. Keep your finger on the pulse.
How often did coaches involve you?
They tend to involve my husband a lot more readily, but Mom had a way of inserting herself.
I feel like they should talk to Mom because mom knows best.
I feel that way too.
How many times did you have to snatch the phone? Was the real question.
I'm sorry?
I said, how many times did you have to snatch the phone? Was the real question.
I snatched it a few times.
Really? Okay.
I can imagine.
I kind of want to know why, but I kind of want to know why and what coaches they were, but
we'll
hold off on that.
You said what?
We'll hold on to that one.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear that kind of conversation. But Ro, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Any questions you got? Like, are you able to see the questions?
Not on my end, but go ahead, B. Jones. I think you had a question, right?
Yes. So, California football is big, of course, but I think the state of Texas is more like a religion out there. Can you talk to us about that? Can you tell us what makes Texas football so much different than everywhere else?
Ooh, Texas football is a beast. I'll tell you that. I don't know if I was ready. Number one, Brian played in one of the hardest districts in 6A football, in McKinney. So he was used to a lot of the, bigger sized guys, a lot of the schools that, had all of the equipment and, even in high school that had the inside dorms, that had the multi-million-dollar stadiums. So for me, that was a little different than what I've experienced. My older brothers played football in Louisiana. My husband played football, even college football, but nothing compares to Texas. They play football year round. Like you're either playing, pad football or it's flag football. It's something that ends in football. And I feel like Texas kind of forces them to choose pretty early. If they are an athlete that is a multi-sport, you're pretty much going to have to make that decision pretty early because there's a lot of training, a lot of camp outside of the football program itself in the high school. And that was a little more rigorous. Even high school coaches were like, we're running a West Coast offense. We're running an East Coast defense. And for me, I'm like, I have no idea what that means. But, I often wonder if that was the norm. And I quickly found out that it was not. So there was a lot of training expected. There was a lot of, finances from our part that had to be invested there. Because, if your kid has decided he wants to do something, you're going to do your best to prepare them for that. We felt like Brian had a gift, but, there was a skill set that needed developing. And we felt like Texas football probably helped set the stage for a lot of what he's experiencing now. I remember when he got there last year in January and they were in the off season, I was really concerned about them going into the training part, whatever they do in the off season, like what they're doing now. And he would call and say, Mom, it's very similar to what we did in high school. And for me, that spoke volumes because I've always said, good Lord, that's a lot y'all were doing to be in high school. That's a bit much. That's over the top. As a mom, we say that. So, but I quickly found out that was just the Texas way.
Shout out to McKinney football, man, for prepping Brian for the college level.
Yeah, shout out to Marcus Shavers and, Corey Jordan, all of those guys that really kind of had their finger on the pulse and knew that they wanted to prepare them for the next level. Whether they got the opportunity was going to depend on the player itself. But if they got the opportunity, at least they would be prepared. Right. So for me, looking back, I appreciate that.
That's why they're a powerhouse. So they definitely practice and they get everyone prepared, and that's why a lot of coaches go to that school to recruit.
Right. And I can tell you that's the biggest struggle transitioning from high school is that those winter workouts and just preparing the conditioning.
Yeah, my high school was nowhere near what they're doing in college, so it would have been a wake up call for me. So
yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it's more now in college.
Yeah, oh yeah, way more now.
He was introduced to it in high school, which I really think helped to make it not so new. It was more of what he was exposed to. I mean, of course he's getting more in college, but at least he had the exposure in high school, so it was familiar to him.
Right. All
right. The last question before we get into some of these chat questions here are: what are some things you like to do as a family together?
Oh, we used to do a lot of vacationing together. We go to different places. For us, it was more about the experiences, and we do a lot of movie watching. He is not the kind of kid, like I said previously, that wanted to, go out or do anything like that. So when we had those opportunities and there was no football, it was very limited once he got to high school because we were usually on the road traveling somewhere to some college for a game or an informal visit. But we like to watch a lot of movies together, and we did a lot of vacationing together too. Just trying to, pour into him as much as we could while we could, in hopes that, someday when he has some decisions to make, he can look back on some of the things that we were trying to pour into him while we were watching movies or while we were vacationing, and have a good memory and make a good decision.
Nice. What type of movies did you guys watch? What's his favorite or your favorite movie?
Well, I was forced to watch a lot of action-packed movies between him and Dad. Very rarely did I get to choose the movie. And when I did, they fell asleep pretty quickly. But it was always a lot of anything that had stuff blowing up and, cars driving fast and people jumping off buildings and all of that kind of stuff. That's their jam.
Yeah,
For me,
sounds like.
yeah, for me, I'm just looking for something with a theme and very laid back and with a happy ending. And they call that mush, but it is what it is.
I'm
Now,
saying, wait,
Brian and
man.
I have a thing where we watch a certain movie every Christmas. He probably don't want me to say it on air.
Yeah.
Please, we got to hear this now.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, just we started watching it when he was smaller, and so I make him watch it with me now. Polar Express.
Hey, nothing wrong with that movie.
That's our thing. Yeah, that's our thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I have one last question, actually. Think we I'm not sure if we answered or asked it earlier or not, but I think we didn't. But can you kind of tell us a little bit about the game day experience from last season with you and then your husband, and just in general, how is that? Can you give us a little insight of how that looks like?
Woo, game day experience. Yeah, I kind of skipped over that one, didn't I? Well, game day, we would always just send him a little quick text because we know, he's focused on the game. He's locked in game day. Just to remind him of who he is. We constantly tell him football is what you do. It's not who you are. Play safe, have fun. And his dad will say, leave it all on the field. So for me and my husband, we would say a quick prayer before the game, just God keep him safe. And if his number is called, let him be ready. And so this past year, I was always on pins and needles because I never knew when they were going to, call his number for him to go in. And so that meant I recorded every offensive play of every game, just in case he got called. But once he did get called, most of the time my hands were over my eyes. I was excited for him to be in the game because I knew that's what he wanted, but college boys are big. And my husband reminds me, Brian is big too, so he's okay. He can hold his own. So that was just our little thing before every game, and we managed to make every game this year. I think I missed one when they went to Minnesota, but because of a work event that I had. But my husband made every game, home and away, and I made all of the rest of them too. And so for us, it was just about sending him an encouraging message, and for us to get our mind right too. Like this might be his chance, or he might get in here, or they may need his help. And so just praying that when he got that opportunity that he would take full advantage of it.
You got some good quotes. I like the whole you are not football, or football is
You're
what
not
you
majoring.
do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that too.
We got to
You're
get
not missing much from that Minnesota game. I was at that game, and you weren't missing much. So
Yeah, that's what I hear. I was watching it on my phone, even at the work event. I was like, what is happening?
You didn't gotta get over that, man. I just got over that one. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was the
Sorry.
first. That was the
All
first
this-
game I ever went to that we lost. So I was
Hey.
I was a little sad.
all I
Bad luck.
remember is that bowl game win. So, and then Brian Jackson reminded me of a lot of USC great. You probably heard it a lot. Glendale White. You got the same number, same body frame. So we're gonna be rooting for Brian.
So
Appreciate that. Yeah.
speaking on the Lindo White situation here, but we have a question from one of our bigger supporters here, Kristen. He says, will Brian Jackson leave number 21 and go to his high school number 2 this season?
Woo, that's a good one. He's talked about it. I don't think he's made a decision yet. He was like, Mom, I'm good either way. He went in wanting the number 2, but when they gave him 21, he was good with that. So I'm not sure where he's landed. He hasn't told us that he's making a change yet. I know that was his desire last year prior to the season, and we'll just see where he lands this year.
I kind of want him to put on another number. So
Really?
yeah.
What
Just
number is that?
First, yeah.
number 25.
Why 25?
Lendell White's number.
What are you talking about? He's in Lindale's number.
Lindale's 21.
21.
Man,
No,
what
it says.
what you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking. Oh God, I'm thinking of his Tennessee number. Sorry.
Man, get this.
Hey,
No.
hey. When he played at Tennessee, he should have had a better career than Chris Johnson, in my opinion. But sorry.
No,
I was thinking Tennessee.
No, but that 21, whatever number he goes with, speaking of Rudo, he's going to create his own path. But, you know, he did great on that bowl game. So we're super proud of him. And, you know, we're going to be rooting for him heavy this year.
My question is he going to get the visor like Lendell White though? Because there was a Twitter going on from Lendell saying that someone needs to get him the visor.
He saw that. He actually saw that because he's like, Mom, we got to look into this visor. So
Let's go, B-Jack. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He saw that. He's here for it.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm actually glad that that Lindale did reach out to him, man. They actually have a relationship. So, I mean, like I said, I love seeing them in 21, especially at the running back position, and them having a similar running style. So, you know, us Trojan fans, we love that, but obviously the decision is his. I mean, either way, both numbers are legendary here. So whichever one he goes with, he can't go wrong, man. But we know that he can pave his own way here, and leave his own legacy here.
Yeah, he's pretty excited. Mom's excited too. Yeah.
And we all are. We all are.
We got to. We'll do a few more questions here before we let you go here. But Joey Dale says, being in Texas, do people give you a hard time wearing a USC jersey?
All the time.
Not surprised.
I wear it anyway. To every game, I'm on the plane with my USC jersey on, or t-shirt on, or sweatshirt on. And most of the time, you know, there's some folks on the plane too of the opposite teams that we're playing, and it's hilarious. But I told my husband, I can hold my own. We're good. We're going to rep this USC jersey every day, all day, in the grocery store, in Target. We're going to rep it all day, every day, in the middle of Texas.
There we go. I love it. Love it. Great marketing right there.
Let's see. What other questions do we have here? Here's one. Other than football, what is Brian's passion and what is his dream after football?
Other than football, Brian likes science, believe it or not. He does. Is that a passion? Probably not. But passion is football. It is football in the morning, football in the afternoon, football all day long, every day, all day. I can tell you that his dream after football, he said, I want to try to find a way to stay around the game. So he has hopes of being a commentary. Is it commentary or
Yep.
the sports guy? Yeah,
Yep.
that's what he wants. ESPN, any of the major networks. He said he could talk about that all day. He said, Mom, that's got to be the easiest job in the world, to love something, to know about it, and then just talk about it and get paid for doing it. So I know he wants to do that, which is one of the reasons he's majoring in communication. He's kind of thought it out. And so my prayer is it goes the way he wants it to go. At the end of the day, it's going to go the way God has designed it to go. And I think he'll be okay. Yeah, but his passion is football all day, every day.
And see, that's the great thing about him going to USC is they prepare you for life after football as well.
Yeah.
And then USC has a ton of former athletes that are into that field, right?
Yeah.
We got Reggie Bush, Mike Leonard, Mark Sanchez,
Sua
Craven.
Craven.
So we have a ton.
Oh, yeah, that network is strong.
So Mama knows best. She said it. She fell in love with USC early in the process. So
Absolutely. All right. Any more chat questions we have here? You get one more in?
Let's see, what else do we got in here? I'm not seeing too much. Let's see.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I think that's all we got here for you.
We do have one last request from you.
Okay.
yeah.
Sure.
That is, being that we just had this big recruiting weekend, there's tons of parents on campus who are considering USC. We need you to give us your best recruiting pitch for those parents.
Well, parents, if you are looking for a school that will not only give them a great education, but are building a hell of a football program, and is big on community and big on family and big on just developing your child as a young man, then the football staff at USC is the way to go. There is life outside of football, and I feel like that USC football family has really kind of helped our boys, or will help your son really develop as a man as well as a football player. And I think it's one of the best programs out there, and you just need to become a part of this USC family. You will not regret it.
Absolutely.
Y'all heard that? Listen, Mama knows best.
Mama knows best.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, and we'll definitely have to have you back on after you try Animal Style from In and Out, and then things will change. We know that. And we'll have to have.
I'm actually going to try it I'm going to try it this week.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Then
gonna
let us
try.
know.
Yeah,
Animal style.
You can
Monkey
tag us
style
on
fries.
or whatever you want, and
Okay.
if you still think it's better than that's fine. But
Okay, so when I say animal style, they're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
What
so-
can I expect? Like, what
It's
what
kinda
what
like-
am I gonna get?
So it's kind of like Thousand Island dressing with like
grilled
grilled
onions.
onions. So
and cheese and
cheese.
like-
Yeah.
Okay.
and
And
they,
you could also do the fries. So it's animal style burger or animal style fries. So you can do both.
Yeah. And they when they do their burger, they actually put mustard on it, and they sear it with the mustard on it, so it gives a nice little crisp to it.
Okay.
I'll just send you the whole secret menu. We'll take care of it.
I want. All right, I want, and I'm actually gonna try it. I'm actually gonna try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely it's a game changer. And when we see other people that just order it, that we know they're from out of town if we see them order it without animal style. Like you have to have it on either your burger or your fries, or if you don't do it, then we're like, okay, they don't know yet. So They'll
Okay.
learn.
All right, I'm gonna get with it. I'm gonna get with it this
then
week.
What's your order at Whataburger then? So
The patty melt.
okay.
Drop the mic.
That's the one.
That's all you need.
I have not tried their patty melts. So. Next
Try
when I have the
You try
chance.
that patty melt and then come back and talk to me.
Okay.
I only had it once.
Family
That was a
out
while
there.
ago.
I might have to go visit them then.
I tried Whataburger once or twice, and it was good. It wasn't bad.
See?
I won't say it was better than In-N-Out, 'cause I really like In-N-Out, but I thought Whataburger wasn't bad. It was good.
Okay. That's enough of that. All right. Well, we really appreciate you, and let everyone know where they can find you if you have any social medias.
I'm on Twitter. I guess it's X now. At Dr. Marion Jackson. Same thing on Instagram. I'm dating myself, but I'm also on Facebook. Same name. I don't have anything cute and fancy that'll jump out at you. Just my name. So if you are interested in anything education or Brian, because that's all I post, then come on, follow me. And we can talk about it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you, and you have a great rest of your night. Okay.
All right. Thanks for
I
inviting me,
appreciate you.
guys. Have a good
All right.
one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, good stuff.
Okay. Oh God, we got Brian. We got B Jones in the face on there.
Yeah, man, you just gonna put me on blast, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Dr. Marion Jackson. She had some great quotes on there. Like, I really enjoyed that. That was really good to have her on here. We really appreciate her.
Absolutely, man. Definitely, I definitely love doing these Parents of Troy series, man. It's, we get to soak up a lot of game with us having young kids ourselves, man. So it's great. Great hearing their point of view and things they instilled in their children. And we got to get to know them as well as their child a little better, and see what it really took to raise these guys. So, yeah, man, let's get into some real stuff. Let's talk some Trojan football. Obviously, a lot has happened this week. Oh, wait, before we do that, there's one thing I got to address.
Oh God.
We had a legend embarrass herself this week on the basketball court.
Why we gonna do this
What?
now? Why we gotta do this? You already did that on Twitter.
None other, because I know he's watching. None other than the legendary Sue Cravens.
What happened? I missed it.
Oh God.
Airball the free throw.
I'm gonna find. I'm sorry. Let me pull up the video. Of course, B Jones has to tag him in this too as well.
Hey, that's my dog.
And he retweeted it as well, saying it was all AI. So what B Jones probably posted could not have been him actually. So it was all AI. Why can't I find it? I'm not able to find.
Did he hack your profile and delete it?
Maybe
Channel-
it was AI.
What's his thing? A Channel 2 Sue? Or
That was Sue, man. But,
come on, Sue. He's been practicing his golf game too much. That's why I think that's
Is
the
that what it
reason
is?
why. It might be that.
I can't find your post of. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay.
he gotta find you.
Let me pull this up here. Sorry, Sue, if you watch this. B Jones made me do this.
Put the blame on me here.
All right. So this is at the women's basketball game and halftime, right?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna laugh. All right. He too buff to laugh at. All right, here we go. Let's cheer. Come on, everybody. Cheer. You got it. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Sue. What was that?
We ain't gonna laugh. All right. He too buff to laugh at. All right, here we go. Let's cheer him on. Come on, everybody. Cheer him on.
Airball. Throwing out bricks.
Black doesn't want to put it on repeat right now. Yeah, but he did redeem himself after 2 more tries. So then there was a little girl who hit it on the first shot, like right after that.
Really?
Just thought I'd mention that. Yeah, just thought I'd mention that.
Sua,
No, but
did you
shout out
play?
to Sue, man.
Did you play basketball in high school? I hope you didn't.
Who, me?
No,
Me?
Sua.
Oh.
I'm
You know
saying.
what? I'll give Sue some credit though. At least the form looked good. He had a nice little follow through. It looked like he touched the rock before some point in his life, man. You know, just a little
Okay.
rusty, man. You know,
Don't
he
try to
didn't sit
butter
down
him.
all game. I give him a little break.
Don't try to butter
Some
him up.
slack, man. You know, if I'm being honest, I probably would have done the same thing. You know? So, but no, man. Shout out to Sue.
That didn't even get close to the rim though.
But yeah, man, good stuff. But yeah, women did get that victory that game. The boys took care of business, and we had a huge recruiting weekend.
Yeah.
So everything's momentum is up. Go ahead, man.
I have the article from On3, and a lot of people had a lot of good things to say. And if you didn't see USCJ's video or his stream with Xavier Griffin's uncle, was it his uncle?
Yeah, his
uncle, and he has the same name as us, so that's great.
Yeah.
So but yeah, if you haven't seen his interview, definitely go ahead and check that out. But there's a lot of excitement. Like this was like what we've been wanting them to do for the past 3 years. They were like on a red carpet, it felt like, when everyone, like all the media, which is great that the media had a lot of media access to see these recruits come in and be able to report on it, scaring all those other colleges out there, like, oh god, freaking Oregon's quarterback was here, and they must be freaking out, calling him. Like, I hope he just had them on silence for a little bit so they couldn't just keep calling him while he was there. Like, I'm sure a lot of schools are nervous about their top recruits right now, especially who is it? Georgia's top wide receiver, Vance. I'm sure they're trying to get a pulse check on his commitment to them. So, but it was, from what everything's been said, we knocked it out of the park.
Now, I will say that I heard a number of five commitments. I don't know how many are from each class, or they're all in one class or anything, but that is the number that I heard as of yesterday. There'll be more. We'll see.
That's what I put in our Discord, right? When I changed my amount.
Yeah, sure you did, but
are you saying I didn't put it there? Because I can pull up the screenshots.
No. All right, you did, sure, but you got it written out. But
how many of those are from California, Blackie Chan? 3.
I'm saying 3.
Really?
Or what did your source tell you? Did he tell you the states that they were from?
No, all I heard was number 5. As of right now. I'll tell that again.
We didn't have too many out of state, so we didn't have too many out of state players. So that could be 4 or 5 at this point. They could all be from California, which if I could put up the GIF of Randy Marsh from South Park after, what GIF?
Man. Please don't do that.
That'll be me at this table, at this desk right here. But no, let's see here. Joey Dale is saying Chris Henry Jr.'s what's the word? I wonder if he had a second guess about US or Ohio State losing their OC. Well, Jeremiah Smith seemed pretty heartbroken about it.
Yeah, it definitely, definitely plays a little bit in our favor. We'll see what happens as far as that goes. But yeah, man, if you guys haven't heard, Chip Kelly will be the new OC for the Las Vegas Raiders. Raul, how you feeling about that, being a Raiders fan?
We all know he was wishing for this.
Honestly, I haven't put too much thought into it. Been busy throughout the day, so I didn't know how to feel about the pickup. But I mean, he has a ton of experience, head coaching experience in the collegiate and NFL. So overall, I think he's a good hire for the Raiders.
I agree. All right.
Well, it's also good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State lost their DC and their offensive coordinator in the same offseason. So, yeah, that's good.
And it's funny that they lost it to their OC to a head coach that used to go up against Chip Kelly all the time. Well, was Chip Kelly? He was an OC when Pete Carroll went against him, right?
Under Bellotti, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Bellotti. Okay, and then they lose their DC to another rival in the Big Ten. That has to be embarrassing. Like they spent all their NIL money on their players and forgot to be able to pay their coaches afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, got him a championship.
True. Hey, but see, now the Big Ten is literally the best conference. Back-to-back years, Big Ten champion. Big Ten teams have been the national championships champions.
Yeah. So. But going to the original question, I wouldn't be shocked if Henry really considers USC, because we have a lot of things to offer. Like Dr. Jackson was saying right now, we prepare you. We'll develop you for the NFL, but then even after the NFL, we'll prepare you for that too.
Yep.
And he lives here in Southern California,
right in our backyard.
And it's not like USC is a scrub when it comes to wide receivers. If anything, we're wide receiver U.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, like he moved from Ohio, right?
Right.
Okay. So he just wanted to play at Mater Dei. Is that why he moved out here?
Yep.
Okay. Smart man.
So what does that tell you? That he's willing to come down to Southern California.
Yeah.
He's willing to stay here.
Yeah. Why would you, you've experienced California? Why would you want to go back to Ohio? LeBron left, so. But no, what else have we been hearing? RJ Sermon was there. He said the environment was amazing. Brandon Lockhart, he has been one of the most vocal recruits in our commits that we've had this whole class. This dude has been hyping up USC over and over again. He's what did he say here? Today's environment felt like home. There were some guys there that I didn't know, but an overwhelming amount that he did know, so which is good. So he already can start recruiting them. And he said a few more guys from today's group decided that SC is the right place for them. Something extremely special could happen. We're talking a resurgence of what once was football dominance. Either way, we're on the path, and today made it even more exciting.
That's right. So some big news coming ahead, man. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he's actively recruiting Vance Spafford, Tom and Davon. So
he's recruiting. He's recruiting heavy, man. Heavy. Yeah. He's probably the one recruit that's recruited, USC the most out of for the past few years.
Yeah, I haven't seen
he's out there recruiting
as much for us.
Yeah,
so my question is here. So Jonas Williams, he's a 26 kid, right?
Yes.
Are we moving on?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think Lincoln Riley has learned his lesson that he can't just zone into just one specific quarterback. He's got to build a relationship regardless.
Well, either way,
another lesson he learned.
Well, Ryder Lyons is going to be taking a mission.
Yeah.
So he's technically he'll be 26, but he won't be on campus till what, 28?
27.
Yeah, he's only going to do a 1-year mission like his brother did.
Right.
So, but there was rumors that he might reclassify to the 25, but that's probably all said and done at this point, not unless he does it at the last moment here, because they're supposed to be committed soon too. So,
yeah, I mean, and besides, I mean, he hasn't made that commitment yet, so
yeah,
why wouldn't we be looking at other places? So,
Like Raul
BYU.
said, Lincoln learned his lesson now,
Right.
which was a tough lesson to learn. But now he knows that. I know I have a
mean,
lot of Heisman Trophy winners in the NFL and all that stuff, but
yeah.
sometimes this NIL is a whole different animal now. So he has to have more than one duck in the row.
I mean, and then Lincoln Riley has a resume to be arrogant when it comes to recruiting the quarterback position, period.
Yeah.
So he can do that. If anything, the quarterbacks or the recruits out there, they're going to have to sell him on why he should pick them too.
But
not just on the field, but character-wise and stuff like that. Like show Lincoln Riley, okay, yeah, I'm the type of quarterback you need in your program because of these reasons.
In all honesty, though, it would be sweet to take a recruit from Oregon.
Yeah, well,
I don't really care about Oregon recruits. I mean, as long as it's a USC recruit a USC guy that the coaching staff is going after, and we want him, great. But whether we flip them from Oregon, we flip them from wherever, or they just commit to us, that's what I really care about.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen some of his highlights or anything like that, but I think I saw Sacramento Trojan saying that he looks a lot like Caleb.
Yeah,
he has the same build as Caleb too.
Right.
Like I'm looking at highlights right now, and he kind of has that kind of that style in a sense, but it is what it is. Like Caleb is one of one, but one thing that it sucks. I'm going to mention it, but the women, we dropped the ball today. The women's basketball dropped the ball to Iowa. Sucks, but it is what it is. But they'll bounce back. It shouldn't have been like this. They had a horrible first quarter. They scored 4 points in the first quarter. That's embarrassing.
Yep. We know.
I mean, it's a good learning experience. You give me the way I see it, like in basketball, you don't have to go undefeated really to even be ranked the number one team. Like they still have opportunity to earn that number one spot in terms of their seeding once you go into the tournament. So it's a good learning lesson. It was a tough environment. I think it was the retirement ceremony for Caitlin Clark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So they had extra motivation.
They had a little motivation, but they have a chance to redeem themselves this next couple of weeks. We got Ohio State and UCLA.
Yep, UCLA in a couple weeks.
Yep. So,
but one thing that we got to give the flowers to Must Bus, who had a huge win against number 7?
Number
Michigan
7.
State.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Izzo was seen walking up the tunnel, going past the sword and everything like that, and everyone was wondering like, why is he there? But they must have forgot that there was a game there. There's a guy that I'm talking about that kind of like, what is Tom Izzo doing here? Like, come on, do you not know? There's a game. But yeah, they clutched it out. They led the whole game.
Yep.
They did not give up one lead change, and this is coming off the what is it called, the commitment of Gilbert Arenas' son,
Elijah.
He's the number one player in California.
Certified, but he's pro ready right now. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and so USC's also locking down California in the basketball area as well. So Must Bus, he's already changing the culture of this team, and sure they had some stumbles on the way, but it's like they're looking better each. Like they're on how many games win streak right now?
Just one. It's one so far.
Oh, okay.
But they had a good run over these last few games, though.
Okay. I thought we were on like a 6-game win streak, but I forgot we lost. But But yeah, other than that, I think we might be getting out of here, though, unless there's something that you guys want to bring up before.
Just one last thing is LA's a place to be.
Yep.
AD, it hurts to lose you, my guy. We appreciate everything you done for the Lake Show. Thank you for that 2020 championship. But I understand why the Lakers traded for Luka, and excited for this new chapter in the Lakers history with Luka Doncic, and see how that's going to play out.
Luka's going to be the best leader for the Lakers. I just wanted to see B Jones's face.
B Jones is just mad because Luka eliminated Kawhi Leonard and Paul George,
his favorite team.
Angry
at that point, but I don't know. While we were on the podcast, De'Aaron Fox is going to the Spurs, and LaVine is going to Sacramento, I think.
Who else? What was in the trade? Because I just saw that little headline of De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
But do you want to talk about what Brent is saying?
I can't see it, so I'm not sure.
His first question about the St. John Bosco.
Yeah.
So, boys, any information on St. John Bosco's fraud and embezzlement situation? Can the CIF ban the Zeros from recruiting in California for a year or two? We all know they paid for those players.
I don't have any information on that, Brent. At least that's nothing that's not already been, publicized. But yeah, apparently he was selling Nike gear, man. The coach was, and I mean, no surprise, man, that Oregon bought their way into Bosco. I'm pretty sure they did the same thing in modern day as well. Wouldn't be surprised if that comes out as well. I mean, you got to do something to get kids to leave Southern California to go up to Eugene, Oregon.
Man, you know what's the funniest part? Oh man, Jay, I'll talk to you. I'll talk all about that right now. But you know what's the funny part? I can't miss this part. Jay, I can't skip this part. Oregon's doing all that. Guess what? They still got 0 championships, guys. 0. You guys. I can't. I got to give Oregon their flowers, man. They stay committed to that 0. So
okay.
shout out to you guys.
I was
man.
wondering where this is going.
Shout out to you guys. You guys honor that 0.
They're consistent at least.
Right.
Yeah. But for those that watch the fight, if you guys are big boxing fight, it's a great show. It was a great card yesterday. Period.
Yeah. It was, man.
And then David Benavidez, he I thought he looked good out there. I think Morrell's was not a walk in the park. A lot of people had it 50-50. But David Benavidez did his thing. I think he dominated for the most part. Or I don't know about dominating, but it was a clear win for him, in my opinion, regardless if they took that point off or not. Jay, what do you think? Did you watch the fight, B. Jones?
Yeah, I don't know if I can say clear win. Definitely a good fight. It was definitely a good fight.
I gotta go watch it. I didn't watch
it.
I personally had it like 8-4. 8-4. So that's why I say clear. Like, I don't think it was close or anything. Like, I don't think there was no controversy. Even Morrell, he didn't even complain about the scorecards. I think he knows it wasn't his night.
Hey, Brant. Yeet. That's all I gotta say. Brant will know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, I caught the tail end of the fight. I have to go back and watch the whole fight. But Jay is saying that it was a clear win as well. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I thought it was a clear win myself. So,
okay.
I would want to see Canelo's not going to face him, man. He comes up with too many excuses, but I don't know who's out there for David Benavidez, Jay. Is it Bivol or Berdereve? I don't know. That one scares me. Those two guys are just different, but who knows? He can potentially keep up with them.
All right, we'll talk about this on a later time, but we're going to head out of here. We're at the top of the hour, so for the 103 people that are watching, if you're watching on any other platforms like Twitch or Twitter, come to YouTube, give us a like, give us some subscribe, do all that good stuff. If you want to be on the weekly game of College Football 25 for the Cal Southern Centaurs, go ahead and get your $1.99 what is it called? Not subscription, membership. And then DM one of us, and we can put you in the game, whatever position you want. Just know that we have good NIL. So,
And before you close it out, like Chan, like I said, LA is a place to be. Make sure you guys pick the right team, which is USC and the Lakers, the real LA teams. Just saying, B. Jones.
So Brand just gifted one membership. So we got to figure out. I'll check out who got that membership here. But yeah, appreciate it, Brand, for the gifted membership. So with that, we'll end on a high note now, and we'll keep the torch burning bright, guys, and always fight on.
Fight on.
Fight on. Fight on.